So.
There, it's there. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you all for coming back. And again, we've got Conspiracy Catz with us. I think we got the camera issue fixed. It looks like it's coming out a whole lot better. You can see his guitars in the background now.
Yes. Am I?
It's perfect.
Hello?
It's perfect. It's coming through perfect, man.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
so I didn't know whether I should be right there or not.
Yeah, now that everybody can see you, you can actually wave and tell people who you are.
I'm Simon Dan. I've got. Oh, brilliant! It's I enjoyed that. I just want to say I really enjoyed that. I've been on a lot of well, not a lot. I don't do huge numbers, but I have been on a few chats and streams and stuff like that. And some of them I enjoy a lot more than others. They're all good, but that was a lot of fun. Really, just nice, relaxed chat. So thanks for having us on for that. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate the compliment, man. You know, as we try and just do here, just have the chat, find to get to know the person, and have fun while doing it. You know, if you've had fun, you might come back. You know, if I was rude and ignorant, and you know, you mightn't come back again. It is what it is.
Back. Would love to come back. It was great, and it was good to see. You know, finally see Bill. You know, yes. To meet. Yeah, no, like really good to meet you, and sorry to see you, and then to meet Critical and Mummer as well.
Well, as you said in the previous show, you had a few wee topics there you want to talk about. You want to get it out in the air, seeing as we're in the after party now, and say Corona.
Oh yeah, coronavirus. Well, you know, I haven't got anything strong to say. I just wonder what people's opinions are. I've always read Ranty Flat Earth's community posts when he puts them out there, and you know, obviously, he gets a lot of stick for being a flat earther, and he gets he gets some people that agree with him who are, you know, probably not very logically thinking. But it's usually a good mix. But he's put some out about the coronavirus lately, about how it's a deliberate attempt to reduce world population, etc., or disrupt the economics of the world. And the amount of people that are agreeing with him, that are, you know, I've seen some people say, well, I'm not a flat earther, but I agree with you on this. And, you know, that thought never crossed my mind. I just wondered, like, from your interactions with people on YouTube and in real life, how many people actually think that kind of thing?
I have met 2 flat earthers in real life. One of them was totally like Mark, no moon, no space, threw his wallet up in the air. It got very heated to the point where I had to actually walk away because I felt like I was being infected by his stupid. And then he came over to apologize and then asked me what I thought of the moon. And I turned to him and I just said, get the fuck back in your lorry and learn some fucking maths. And I walked away. That's.
But in terms of coronavirus, like, how many people believe that is not a real?
I think too many people are suspicious of it.
Yeah.
I think that the problem is, I think that an awful lot of people, and I think this might explain an awful lot of religion, want to believe that something is organized going on, that there is an organization or a plan behind it.
Yeah.
And it's very easy if someone offers you a plan to go, well, maybe, rather than it being random.
Yeah, no, I agree. Things about, I do not believe that it's some kind of biological weapon. I believe it's it's just a natural landscape. But the thing that I suppose makes it less stupid than flat Earth believing that is that it would be possible to create something like that. You know, that would be possible to do.
It's completely plausible.
It's possible, but because of how complex it is, it's virtually impossible, like, for it to have actually been created by a human. It's so complex that it's literally beyond the level of any possible technology that we have right now. It's literally not possible.
You said
literally like 5 times. Perspective of it being orchestrated. Of you getting someone that happens to have this thing that you've caught, and then orchestrating it so that it was released. That's where it's possible.
I have heard many conspiracies over this COVID virus. Everything from fucking world population to some of the things that people say that I work with are fucking insane. Like, I've talked to Critical about it. I've talked to Mama about it.
What do you do when the president of your country says it's a fucking hoax?
Do you know, I honestly, I really worried I really, really worried. Because if you look at the statements that he has made since the beginning of the crisis, his arrogance is driving you to the edge of a cliff. It really is.
Yeah,
his tweet yesterday.
Oh, fuck me.
His tweet yesterday demonstrated he is more interested in getting the economy working again than in saving lives.
Wait, he said something today. I have to find it.
What did he say? I don't
Somebody
follow.
died from the recommendation he gave for the medicine to use.
Right.
Somebody went out and found it in fish food. They ate it, and now they're dead. And the wife is like crying.
Right. Well, you do that, Mama, and then we'll go back to cats.
Do you want me to shut up?
No. Go on ahead.
He said this is not about the ridiculous Green New Deal. It's about putting our great workers and companies back to work. So he tried to say that like social distancing and the company shutting down and stuff to keep people from getting sick. It has to do with, like, he's trying to say we're trying to implement it somehow, which is fucking bullshit. And he's also trying very hard to say that we, the left, is trying to put it into the bill that Congress is fighting over about helping people out in our country, which is totally not true, and it's a fucking Republican bill. So, I said my piece.
Okay. So, hi, cats.
Hey, Cat. Pleasure, Cats.
Has Trump addressed the fact that he did call it hoax? Now he's taking
He has never once admitted to a mistake. Do you know what he did with the hurricane last year? With this, oh my God, look it up. He messed with this. He said he misspoke and said that the hurricane was going to hit, I think, Alabama.
Oh yeah.
And like immediately the weather center said no, he's wrong. It's not going anywhere near there. So he got this fucking map, and with a Sharpie, he drew around the edge to make it look like that was the area, and it was going. I'm not kidding. Look it up. He will never ever admit to a mistake. Never.
No.
Yeah.
I don't get the Flat Earth community. I don't get why the Flat Earth community won't check each other. They will let each other go off on wild fucking wild, just completely nutty things that can easily be disproved, and they won't check each other. Because until they're checking each other, they cannot be genuine.
No, they're just repeating what
to be honest, I think the whole thing is pretty disingenuous. The whole thing is pretty disingenuous. Mm-hmm. It's really either about making money or just trying to get as many follows and as many as possible. Do you know what I mean? Either trying to make money or make a name for themselves. That's literally what it is about. I've come to the conclusion.
Do you think they are hurting from the latest YouTube changes?
I am going to say
they're changing their approach.
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, my Conspiracy Catz suffered massively when the changes come in. I've become savvy to it now. If I put like flat Earth in the title, or flat Earth in the tags, or flat Earth in the description, if I use the word flat Earth a lot, then I'm about 10 to 15,000 views down on a video. But then I suppose if you're a channel, like a lot of flat Earth channels have maybe like 1,000 subscribers, you get a couple of hundred views. I suppose the people watching theirs are just their subscribers anyway. They're not being pushed out to other people. So maybe they won't notice it so much, but they definitely have. They definitely have changed something. Conspiracy Catz as a channel definitely felt that, to the point where Baldy Cats gets more views than Conspiracy Catz now, because it doesn't deal with Earth as much.
I was just looking there at the impression and the discovery rate. There's 500 on my average amount of impressions on a video. The Flat Earth one with Mark Sargent was 500, roughly, less than the other two that I looked at. But yeah.
Did you have the term Flat Earth in it a lot in the title?
I just literally had it at the top. MathPig and Mark Sargent chat Flat Earth. I did use Flat Earth as a tag.
There's no algorithm that can determine whether or not you are trying to attack it or the thing, or you're trying to.
I knew that it would be flagged. I knew that it would definitely be known as a Flat Earth conversation. I definitely knew that, but I'm not massive, and losing 5% of my impressions at this minute isn't that big relative to what Catz would be if he lost 5% of his, impressions. That's a giant amount of people that he would have missed out on. I've missed out on 3 or 4 maybe. It's, you get what I mean?
The whole thing about the way the flat earthers kind of swing that is that they're being censored, and like I've never met a flat earther that's honest enough to admit, well, no, we're not being censored, we're not being deleted left, right, and center. Our videos are being allowed to go up. We're just not being recommended on a wider scale. There's a big difference. I totally understand that. I'm totally happy for YouTube to be doing that kind of stuff, whether it affects me or not. I don't release videos that often anyway. What do I do? Maybe 1 or 2 a month. I'm fine with it. But the flat earthers do seem to see it as some sort of horrible censorship.
Yes,
I think that's a problem with everywhere everywhere that's putting out lies. Just from watching Twitter, both the left and the right scream censorship constantly as they're taken down. I don't think platforms are keeping up. I think YouTube has got a lot to answer for, but I think they're doing the best they can now. They're taking it seriously, at least.
Yeah, no, I agree. At one point, I think just before I came into all this, if you put those conspiracy terms into YouTube, it was almost a guarantee that your video was going to get widely recommended, and it was dragging people in, wasn't it? They were actively pushing the stuff out to people, which allowed people like JENKINS to bump up to a couple of 100,000 subscribers or whatever he's got, and they were definitely part of the problem, weren't they?
Well, that's people like the dumpster
We've got
fire.
Simon Dan out of it as well.
We did get Simon Dan. We did.
Yeah, he exploded. Just exploded. He bought so many subs. Oh.
And I remember that.
So funny.
No. Well, I remember speaking to Simon Dan when he was on about 700 subs, because he was, I think he'd done a video on Sleeping Warrior at the same time I'd done my interview with him, and he got in touch with me just in the comment section. We commented on each other's channel a few times, and I remember getting his email, and I emailed him and said, because I'd looked at his stats on Social Blade, and he was picking up, I think, 15 subscribers a day, and I remember emailing him saying, how the hell have you done that? How the hell have you got to the point where you're picking up automatically 15 to 20 subscribers a day? That's amazing. And he emailed back to me and said, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but he said, I don't know, I'm over the moon with the way it's taken off. You know what I mean? Like, little did he know that 2 months later he'd be picking up like 8,000 in a day. It was crazy, absolutely crazy.
And the ability that channel has now given him, obviously with SAMMY Dan, he's flat earth SAMMY Dan, and now conspiracies and other things and all. But he has the running channel now, which is more personal to him. You have the other channel now. Having that success gives you the ability to branch out and become a wee bit more open on the net and actually find not a niche, but have that outlet that's more personal to yourself.
I will admit that, when I put that educational channel up, I think it's just tonight hit 1,000 subscribers. It's not been up that long. I've not got many videos.
You're welcome.
And the only reason that happened was because Conspiracy Catz and Baldy Catz directed traffic to it. And that will probably be my future. I can't see myself doing this forever, because how many times can you laugh at someone pouring water on a ball, before it gets up?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Especially when the non sequitur was about and we were all watching.
Wait. Just wait. Right. It's on 999.
Is it on 9? Is someone unsubscribed?
Hold on. Get the army.
That happened to me when I hit 100. I hit 100 and then it was 99. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my word. Somebody's unsubscribed. Oh. Somebody must have been subscribed and then watched me talk on your channel and thought, who's this oblivious idiot? Catz is boring me now. I'm gonna get rid of him. So
that was another thing that I thought was great, was that when people were saying to you about get a Patreon, and you were literally like, "There's no point. I've got nothing. I don't want it." And then when you actually came up with that idea of being able to pass on some education, which is basically tutorials for kids at GCSE level in the UK and also in other places now, like at a much cheaper price than it would be usually. I thought that was such a noble thing. That was such a great thing for you to do. Like genuinely, you deserve a lot of credit for that, mate. You really do. It's a great thing.
Thanks. I mean, it's not, well, thanks, but it's not completely, because that I am opening my own tutoring business, and that is my job, to be a tutor. And I just think Patreon is a nice, simple way to collect payment for it, you know, rather than I wouldn't know how else to do it. But yeah, I'm not knocking anybody who does it at all, because I know loads of people who do it. Loads of people I'm really friendly with have patrons and smash it out. But like, if I had one for Conspiracy Catz or Baldy Catz, it wouldn't change the amount of videos I put out. I only put out 1 or 2 a month. It wouldn't change the quality of the videos, because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to make decent quality videos. So I'm not. I don't think people would be getting value for money. Whereas I know,
it
like,
would feel like an obligation, though, wouldn't it? I think
it would. It would. I think I would feel obliged then to up my game and it'd stop being fun at that point as well. You know, it would stop being. And if I didn't put videos out, I'd feel guilty, and I don't want that. I just want to be able to do it when I want to do it, and then there's no pressure. You know, if that makes sense.
Well, I do have a PayPal.me for like wee tips and stuff like that. You know, if people want to leave anything from 50p or whatever. And I mentioned that I needed a new hard drive from the computer, and through a few people making donations to that, once the fucking lockdown is over, I'll have a new 2 terabyte drive coming, and that is down to the niceness and the people in the community thinking. I don't know why they're thinking they're fucking crazy, but that came from them, you know.
But I think, you know, I don't want to come across as how can I put it, as not liking, as not thinking people should do patrons and stuff like that. You know, I think that's brilliant, and it's lovely that you got subscribers that are supportive. And like I said, you know, you'll remember them 15 months down the line, 2 years down the line, when you've got loads and loads and loads of people commenting. You remember those people. It's just I wouldn't know how to make it worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like, on a personal level, I don't think I could. But I've got nothing against people who do it.
Totally,
nothing against
I woke up to that in my account and freaked. And one guy actually sent me $100, and I sent 50 quid of it back. I was like, no, can't have that. That's insane. You know, it freaks you out when people do that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, I think, you know, I did a video with the shills, was it? And the super chats was open, and some of the money people kind of gave, I was shocked. You know, it really did freak. I mean, I didn't take it. It went to the shills. It didn't go to me. If anyone was watching,
Red's rhetoric is crazy amount of money it gets thrown into his chats. I've stopped watching him because of the whole drama and all that. Or I'd watch the odd Rocket video, or, you know, he puts up. I really do. I think they're fantastic, and he does a good job in them. But the whole drama thing's not the scene anymore. But man, you should see the amount of money that gets thrown his way in the super chats as well. It's insane. It's insane. But we're not talking about money. You said you had some questions to ask before we come on to the after party. Go with them, because we've only got you for now 20 minutes, half an hour.
Oh, yes. Well, no, I did want people's view on the coronavirus was a big one, really. And then other than that, I just wanted to ask you, sort of like, where your channel's going, and so, because I want to plug your channel when I do my next video, because I had a great time. I just want to, like, you know, what guests you've got coming up that I could mention to people, and what video, you know, what interviews have you done that I might not be aware of that you'd recommend? What are the best ones that you think, oh, let's get them in there?
I had a really good conversation with Drag. I think went really, really well. I had a fantastic conversation with Digital Hammurabi. I think that one went really well. Dr. Josh from Digital Hammurabi. I'm working on, I'm trying to slam down an exact date. I haven't got a confirmation email, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely happened with Aaron Ra. He should be coming on. Thomas Westbrook from Holy Kool-Aid. I've got him coming on. Eric Murphy from Talk Heathen was just on last week. How the fuck did I forget about Eric? Eric jumped on one night and screamed like a wee girl at him.
That was a good one.
That was a fantastic conversation. We try and just have fun here. I want to get to know people from multiple different communities. We have, as I mentioned before, we have flat earthers, we've got science people, we've got, you know, we've got a Catholic right winger that comes and hangs about. Is Rory in the chat? You know, Rory's in the chat. We've got all types of people here. We just want to promote community building, and being able to have that conversation. I think that we've lost a place that people can go to and talk and actually be open without screaming at each other and being this whole my tribe v your tribe.
Not bad.
That we saved that for the after party.
Okay, the screaming's just for the after party then.
Okay.
I get it.
I think of it like a big Venn diagram. Me, just everybody being all over the place. And as I mentioned earlier, Nez Lover, she's just a wee small art channel. Just a camera pointed at a piece of paper and she draws for an hour. There's just music playing in the background. It's 4 o'clock my time usually when I'm going to bed, and I just lie there with the music playing, talk to like the 6 people that's there, and then go to bed. I like to talk, I like to have the conversations, and fuck it, I'll ask anybody to come on. Dave will tell you, I'll platform anyone within reason. I'll platform anyone to have a good conversation. A genuine person, send me an email, come and talk to me. If you're weird, even more, send me a message. I do a show on a Thursday. What I usually do is interviews on a Sunday. Well, one-on-ones on a Sunday, one-on-ones on a Tuesday. And on a Thursday, Richard, I would refer to as my internet stepbrother, believes that heaven is a spaceship, God's an alien. And we go through old scripture, like the Book of Enoch, and we try and put his view onto it, because he believes that these older scriptures are actually telling the story of this. We did David and Goliath. Now we're on the Book of Enoch. I think the consensus is people want us to do the Epic of Gilgamesh next. So, yeah, we just have fun. I scream alien overlords at him about 10 times an episode.
No, well, I think it's a cracking, like what I've seen of it so far, and the interview with Mark Sargent was brilliant. I think you're going to be really successful. I think people like to hear. There's plenty of the whole kind of sort of like shit show stuff going on out there, where people just arguing and dumpster fire kind of stuff.
Oh, don't get me wrong, man. We've had a wee bit of that as well. I don't know if you know of Darth Dawkins.
No.
Darth Dawkins.
How can you not?
We have had Darth Dawkins on one Saturday night because me and Dave were bored and needed something to do, and he is a dumpster fire. That's my first video to break 1,000 views. And we got a fella on.
He's a presuppositionalist.
Yeah.
Presuppositionalist Christian that just repeats himself over and over again.
Yeah.
My friend Chris did a debate with him. And he just, because what he does, we do this show on Friday mornings. Well, it's Friday evenings for them because Chris is Australian. And he kept coming into the chat and just talking shit like over and over again for, I don't know, it must have been at least a month. So Chris was like, "Come on, we'll debate," but he was tired of it already. So he started off the debate as, well, actually, I'm not an atheist anymore. I've decided to convert to Hinduism. And he completely just, like, straight face just sat there. I was like, "Yep, I'm a Hindu now." And Darth, like, totally bought it. The guy that was moderating the debate was a friend of ours, Jay. He knew it was coming, so it was fucking brilliant. So
just to throw
I muted him. He screams, man. He screams at the top of his voice at people and tries to control the conversation. What
he likes to do is he asks you a question, but then when you answer, he says, "You're interrupting me."
He's a disaster.
He's an absolute disaster, but brilliant for views, man. Great for views. And we totally used him twice for views. We got him both on the second time, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. So I must have muted him about 50 times. And I think the second or third time I muted him, he fucked me off, basically. And I sat back in my chair and I just waited. And then when he interrupted me again, I muted him and went, "Excuse me, shut up. My channel, not your channel." Oh, so funny. So funny.
He is the epitome of arrogance.
Yeah.
I have a question for Kat.
Yeah.
How the hell is your tune so addictive, and who created it?
Oh, you mean the end tune? A guy called the Snark did it, and I've met him in real life afterwards. I think he's from Holland. He speaks about 5 languages, so I think he was Dutch. We met up in Manchester afterwards for a meal. He just emailed it one day. No, he didn't. He emailed me one day to say, "I've made a Christmas present for you," and he put it up as a video on his channel. And there was a full length version, like there's a full length song, and I need to get that link to his channel actually. And I just cut out the chorus, and somebody did the graphics over the top. The people that do Simon Dan's graphics did it for me. But yeah, he just wrote a song, and the full length song, the lyrics are brilliant. So yeah, the Snark. So if he's watching, thank you very much.
The Dutch are great for that. To be fair, the Dutch are great for their music and their sense of humour.
Yeah, we're great for a lot of things. Thank you.
Nez Lover just turned up. If I could just, Nez Lover that we were just talking about 2 minutes ago, just a wee shout out, say hi Nez, and hi everybody else in the chat that turned up. I see a few new names in there as well. So thanks everybody for coming.
Oh yeah, got the chat there. Oh dear me. Right, so what's everyone else got coming into? Like, do we all have channels?
Dave in the top corner does what would be mid-afternoon our time. Does questions, critical questions. It's a stream where people come on and Dave asks what you would think are innocent questions, but there's usually a wee touch of maybe morality behind it or this behind it, and it gives you an insight to who the person is. We've got
dumb questions.
It's dumb
I guess
questions.
I'm a horrible person then, because my answers are fucked up.
Sal, I can't show that, Sal, because of the new setup. It's not working with shared screen yet. But Sal is an artist and does a lot of work at easism.com. Which have you get it up and running yet?
I will by the end of this week. That's for sure.
Perfect. He, graffiti artist from New York, does fantastic work, man. As I say, he's the man that does all the artwork for my channel, all the pigsties and all that. There's all foundations, all Sal. Mama has her wee channel. It's only going a couple of weeks, but doing really well. She's also working on a channel with Atheist Pastor, who she mentioned earlier that did the debate with Darth, and they're working on a channel for teenagers leaving Christianity and trying to find a community and go with that. And as we said earlier, Bill's going to get a dog and make a channel out of that.
Well, maybe. I might actually pull my finger out one day. I might actually get a channel together. But yeah, I mean, I mostly just appear on other people's stuff.
Oh, cool. Right, well, I'll have to. I'll get subscribed to those for sure. Yeah. Give them. I'll put some links in the description as well as my next video when I shout you guys out. But so, what have you all got coming up on your channels? Then, what about you, Dave? You got anybody coming up for some awkward questions or?
Oh, I take it.
What Dave usually does is Dave waits for a stream to end, and about 20 minutes before it, he pops up on all the Discords and all the servers going, I need fuck shit people.
Any people the victims I can add to random things.
And just grabs people from everywhere and drags them in. It's like we need victims. I mean, help.
It's a lot of fun, man. I love having it. I missed it this morning. I ended up staying up all night.
And it's random.
I only threw that together because at the moment, during the day, since the fucking lockdown started,
yeah,
there's nothing. People want something to watch.
Yeah, especially, yeah.
At the end of the day, that's it. That's all I'm trying to be at the moment.
I'm doing a fantastic
Literally nothing's
job.
changed for me, obviously.
One question I have for you, Dave. If you had two animals that you had to put together, where the fuck did you get that question from? That's... Tell Catz the question.
I don't know.
The question was if you had two
I'm
animals.
sure it was.
If you had two animals.
I either made it up, or either got it from Richard Herring's book, or I got it somewhere online.
It was that website, wasn't it? Well, I think it was one of the ones where we jumped on at the end, and there was that website that we were looking at that was like 99.
Well, yeah, it could have been that one.
Using questions or something.
Yeah, well, what day is the day? The day is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Keep me a slot on Thursday because I'm off work now for the next 2 months as of 5 o'clock in the morning because of the lockdown.
I expect you every day then.
Oh, well, it depends. I might take a day or two. Man, I haven't slept past 12 o'clock since Elena was born. That's 3 years. All right? I'm taking a fucking lie-in. What about yourself, Catz? Have you anything coming up?
Yeah, well, actually, at the minute, myself, Simon Dan, AB Science, a guy called Burt Maths. I'll give this a shout out now. We've launched a new channel, just a temporary one called the Core Learning Network, and we're all contributing sort of like every other day to that channel where we're putting educational videos on for people who are staying at home. So yeah, Core Learning Network it's called, and Burr Maths has been so productive. I think he's got about 12 videos up there so far. I should have about 2. So I'm trying to work hard on that at the minute, but I'm also doing another Conspiracy Catz video, hopefully to be out on Friday. And then I wanted to do, as soon as I've done that, I'm going to do the part 2 of, I don't know if you're aware of the Wakey interview where he interviewed the astrophysicist. Are you aware of that?
I'm not sure. No, I'm not.
Yes, I am.
Well, he basically lied about who he was so he could interview a world-famous astrophysicist, and then he recorded the interview, and in the interview basically asked a load of ridiculous leading questions.
Yeah.
And then he made a hit piece on her claiming that, you know, basically science and scientists were rubbish. He couldn't answer his questions. So I did a part 1 debunk on that, which went down quite well, and I'm gonna finish the interview off. So that's me for the future. But
what do you think of the reaction culture now? That's when I mentioned the conversation I had with Drag. At the very start of that, there is me screaming and telling everybody to go fuck themselves and fuck away off, because the person that I was having on the Tuesday was controversial, and people were, I don't know what was going on, but I know that people were talking about me behind my back, and that's the only thing I hate. So I fucked a whole lot of them off. I don't really do the reaction culture and back and forth. I prefer to air things out. And what do you think of that? You know, obviously you do your reaction videos. Do you do it for a giggle? Do you do it to get a dig in? Obviously your topic is more, they're wrong, this is the truth.
Yeah, I certainly don't do it to get a dig in. And I know that some flat earthers might think I do, but I genuinely don't. I do it because it just makes, for the Conspiracy Catz side of it, it makes me laugh. When I'm making a video and I'm doing a silly little song or reading the comments or putting the little edit in, it just makes me laugh. And then I release it and, you know, hopefully other people like it, and if they don't, fair enough. The Baldy Cat stuff, I do try and I want to make it a little bit more educational, a little bit more serious. But then again, I'm not a physics professor or anything like that. I can only educate to a certain level. You know, it's never going to be like Professor Dave's channel. But yeah, no, it's definitely not to get a dig in. Like, that's not my style, really. And I don't do a lot of live stuff. Like, you get a lot of people on, so you can front things out face to face, you know. And I don't really do a lot of live streams like that. So, no, it's just for my own amusement, to be honest.
Yeah, well, man, you're always welcome at the after parties. The links are usually in the Twitter group, or if you Discord, I'll send you a link to my Discord. You're welcome in the pigsty. We have a lot of fun in there, and we all just sort of hang out and give each other shit. It's great fun.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, brilliant. I've got not many. I made the mistake when I went on Discord of like accepting invites to every server. I didn't know how to use it, and honestly, like if I open up my Discord, I don't even know where to start now. I've got that many messages, so I'll stick to the Twitter group.
Yeah. The best advice I can give anyone that has a Discord is any servers that you're not going to make the effort to go into and you want someone to contact you, set the settings at only at mentions and turn off everyone or switch on everyone and at here. You'll get their announcements, and if someone wants to talk to you, they have to at your name, and then it'll just shut the fuck up and you can move on to the next one.
Yeah,
good tip.
So,
what about you, Mama Atheist? Have you got anything coming up on your channel soon? Anything I can plug? Or?
Do you know Godless Engineer? She had him on last Saturday.
Oh, I like that guy. Yeah, he's a cracking bloke.
Great. MathPig's coming on this weekend, actually. And then next weekend is the Atheist Edge guy, Jim, that we were talking about earlier. I have a climate change video coming out. We're doing, I have this show every Saturday where I have a friend on and we talk about a TV show. Like we did this weekend, we did Buffy and Angel. That was my first one. And we're also, I don't know. Yeah, I'm new. So
and shy.
I'm usually just here.
Yeah,
I hate talking about myself. So
just don't tell her that the moon landing wasn't real, and she'll be fine. Don't mention the moon landing.
But you mentioned Buffy or Angel. I've got to know, which was your favourite, Buffy or Angel?
Angel.
Yeah.
Well, that's the right answer. Not that there's a right or wrong answer, but like that was.
My son. No. Shush. My son's name is Angelus. I shit you not. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Based on
named after the show.
But I thought his name was Sexy Twink Jesus.
Well, that too. He's also Sexy Twink Jesus. That's a long story.
Oh.
We usually just call him Twink. But yeah. So anyway, and this weekend I have Vagrant Sam on talking about BoJack Horseman.
Mm.
So that should be fun.
Yeah, I'd have to get my date down for Stargate SG-1. Stargate SG-1 is going to be my TV show. I fucking love Stargate. I watched Continuum yesterday.
I was gutted when Stargate Universe was cancelled.
Oh man, I know. And then I got all excited when Dark Matter was coming out because it was sort of based off the the scripts that they'd done for Series 3, and then it was okay. And it's hard to find a good sci-fi show at the minute. I always fall back on Battlestar Galactica or Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, can we do Battlestar Galactica? Because that one I know, please.
I tried watching it again. I disliked it a second. The
more you watch it,
the 10th time I've seen it.
No, I've watched it quite a lot now because the whole subtlety between multiple gods, single god, the whole idea of that, and then the subtle, there's so many subplots and things going on with Battlestar Galactica. One episode wouldn't do it, my dear. It wouldn't. I could spend one episode on the last series, on the last 3 or 4 episodes, for fuck's sake. Oh, brilliant. No. Sci-fi fan, Catz?
Massive sci-fi fan, yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Farscape? Fan of Farscape?
Yeah, fan of Farscape, and I found it quite curious that obviously those two ended up in Stargate together, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I was the reference. Yeah, they also did that episode, the flashback one, where Teal'c had the makeup and all. I think it was Series 11, Series 10, where they did a flashback they were trying to make a movie, and they were coming up with movie ideas.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? No, God, I do remember. They had some cracking episodes. They really did. And what else? I like the Atlantis series as well. Stargate Atlantis, obviously.
It was fun. Yeah, the Wraith weren't a great enemy, but it was fun. I think that's what it was more aimed at. Was the the entertainment more so than the story. Where SG-1 was a bit of both, and SGU was all story.
On the lockdown, right? Given the fact that I'm not going anywhere for a while. What are the best sort of like sci-fi movies on Netflix and Amazon right now that I can
go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Type in LEXX.
Lex.
Right. That is a 90. It was originally 4 B movies, and it had such a cult following that they then made, I think, 4 or 5 series out of it. After Stargate SG-1 and that series, Lax is my favourite show. We would talk about Lax, only Lax is actually, if you could describe it, think of insects, think of a wee bit of Stargate, and then throw in a softcore porn movie.
That's great.
Yes, you need to watch Pi. You definitely need to watch Pi. That is not really a sci-fi movie, but you need to watch that. As in the symbol, Pi. It's kind of a conspiracy theory movie about pi, the number, the mathematical constant, whatever you want to call it. You should watch that. That will boggle your mind. You'll probably need to watch it 2 or 3 times to make sense of it, but you'll dig it. You definitely will dig it.
Primer. Have you seen Primer?
Yeah, is that where the 2 guys make that time machine?
Yep. That's a good movie that you'll have to watch 3 times over and over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I watched.
You could finish it. Anyway.
No, I have seen that, but it was late at night, and I probably had a few too many bevies when I was watching it, and I just didn't understand it. But I have to go back and watch that again.
Nobody understands it the first 2 times, man. And then you watch it a 3rd time, and then you'll go to YouTube and watch the explanation video. That's the way that movie works. It's.
Brilliant.
So just one thing quickly before you go that I want to sort of draw your attention to in the chat. Our friend Kev makes the music for MathPig's channel, and I suggested that maybe he should do something for you, and he said that he would be up for that if he would have your permission to do so. And I was thinking, what would you think about that idea about him sort of maybe putting a bit of music together for you to have you listen to or whatever?
That is incredibly nice of him. Has he got a channel I could shout out or something?
Eyes for Empties is his name. Is his artist name. But yeah, I'm sure that.
Yeah, his Eyes for Empty stuff is on SoundCloud under Eyes for Empty.
that would be absolutely incredible. You know, that would be amazing. But you know, obviously, I'd shout out his channel as much as I could, or whatever. You know, that'd be superb if that's a serious offer. That'd be amazing.
As Jim Hall said, a rising tide raises all boats. So anything we can all do to help each other out, you know.
Yeah. No, so, that's brilliant. I mean, there's some amazing people out there, you know, just, you know, really.
Including yourself, man. You do an awful lot, you know, debunking. You do an awful lot, you know. No, but in seriousness, this channel's a bit of crack. You know, that's all this channel is a bit of banter, a bit of crack. I lived in the live chats, and then live chats hold you back. Once you get used to talking, you want to talk faster, and, you know, get a conversation going is better this way than it is in any sort of text form. And yeah, I'm not. You actually go out of your way. You have a couple of different channels. You've now got 3 or 4 channels. 2 of them's educational. Mama's doing her wee thing, you know. And whenever people take that step to actually help other people, it really goes and shows an awful lot about their character. That it annoys you enough that they're stupid. That annoys you enough that you want to go out and do something about the stupid. Or you know.
I do think the right pitch of debunk and ridicule works, though.
Like, all right, Mitch. I try and I've kind of grown to be aware now that I want to be really not careful, probably the wrong word, but we're really aware of who it is I debunk and who it is I ridicule. I have no problem ridiculing the likes of Nathan Oakley, for example.
Yeah.
But then there are other people that I don't even touch, you know, because I look at them and think, you have got problems, you know what I mean? And I'll not name them.
Arwen.
Oh, wait, I've never made a video.
I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that name.
I'm not going to name them, so you shout one out.
That was me. Hey, it was me. It was all on me. It was totally on me. 100% totally on me.
Oh, I missed that. I was doing something with the dog. I missed that.
Say nothing, but.
Well, this Death Man, I had a lot of fun tonight. I really did. This was an absolute blast. Yeah, as I say, you're welcome back anytime at all. Like.
Mate, I really appreciate that, and it is getting in time where I'm going to have to go. I know the kids are. We're doing like a school day with these kids now. Things have changed, so I promise that I won't keep them up past the school bedtime, and I'm a little bit. They're only next door, so I'm going to
read this comment to you before you run away. Conspiracy Catz, you made a huge difference in so many people's lives, including mine. Keep doing what you do so well. Big Aussie love.
Took the word right.
Oh, thank you very much.
Sammy's good people. Sammy was my first Patreon. Number 1. Sammy gets the number 1 spot. That was him.
Oh, what a guy. That's lovely. Well, listen, look, it's been really nice to meet all of you. And Bill, it's been, you know, I'm really chuffed that I managed to speak to you properly. Because obviously I know we've met stuff, but, you know, I really honestly appreciate all the positive stuff you've done over the past, 2 years. So, you know, everything you've said and everything. So thank you very much. MathPig, thank you for having me on. It's been an absolute blast. Everyone else has been a really good time. You know, really love meeting you. And hopefully I'll get a chance to speak to you all again.
Yeah, perfect. And everybody in the live chat, everybody that's watching, you know, I appreciate you all coming at the end of the day. We do this so you can be entertained, you know, and join in, become part of it. We could have this hangout. Fucking nobody needs to watch it, you know. It's nothing without the people watching. I just want to say thanks. So on that, everybody, lots of love. Everybody knows where we are. Say hello, send me an email, blah blah blah, all that. So bye. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Everybody.